In Vienna, you lived in Leopoldstadt.
Look, Mummy!
Oi!
It's a beautiful star, darling, but it's not the star we put at the top of our Christmas tree.
The Goyim should give their right eye for what you turned away.
What's that, Mama?
Family.
My son gave his life for Austria, and he was proud to do it.
What have I done wrong? Nothing. You're an accident of history. My great-grandfather was a peddler of cloth. They strove to lift me high! Do you remember me?
Добър ден! Поздравления за изключителния фестивал. Може ли да ни разкажете малко предистория? Т.е. той стартира през далечната 93-та година, когато общо взето по магазините нямаше нищо. Българите току-що се бяхме освободили, само сме мечтали да гледаме такива представления, само чувахме имената на тези режисьори, на тези актьори, които днес вече вие съвсем свободно водите и софиянци, гостите на града ни могат да гледат.
Фестивалът във Варна наистина възникна през далечната 93-та година. Тогава беше първото издание. Отначало първите 3 години той беше просто български фестивал с български продукции. А след 95-6 година с госпожа Светлана Манева, известната българска актриса, бяхме избрани да поемем артистичното и оперативно ръководство на този фестивал. И ние си поставихме за цел да го превърнем в международен. Привлекохме екип, вече има доста млади хора и продължава да се присъединяват към екипа млади хора. И фестивалът се разрасна наистина във Варна. Но се случи така, че в един момент имахме една много хубава среща с госпожа Фандъкова, тогава тя беше заместник кмет на Столична община. И помислихме как може чуждите спектакли, които толкова много усилия полагаме за тях, да се показват не само във Варна и в София. Тя подаде ръка и започна инициативата Световен театър София. Това се случи през 2007 година. Но знаете ли, тази платформа постепенно се разви, тя стана автономна и сега тя програмира неща, които не се показват във Варна, съответно Варна програмира неща, които не се показват в София. Но това е нормално и общо взето така искаме да бъде, защото ние диференцираме публиките и общо взето в София пък се съобразяваме, че има много повече сцени и много повече възможности за workshopи, за семинари, защото тук са училищата по изкуствата, тук са професионалистите.
Очаквахте ли такъв успех да има?
По принцип да кажа, че платформата Световен театър София, а и фестивала Варненско лято, има една двойна линия, мога да я нарека, в представянето на чуждите продукции. От една страна ние искаме да показваме неща, които по ред причини, включително и идеологически преди 1989 година, българската публика не е преживяла. Причините са много, разбира се, и финансови, и технически. Но в крайна сметка ние искаме да показваме големите имена от европейската сцена. И вижте спектакълът "Може би", той присъства в афишите с английското наименование "Maybe". Това е един прекрасен спектакъл, изграден върху текстовете на Самуел Бекет. Оттам е почерпила вдъхновение хореографката Маги Марен и е съчетала театър, танц, пантомима, колонада дори. И е направила един спектакъл през далечната вече 1981 година, който продължава над 40 години да пътува по цял свят. И това беше едно съвместно усилие с Френския институт да го покажем на българската публика. Много се радвахме, че тази година успяхме да го направим, тъй като ние го бяхме планирали за 2020, но за съжаление COVID рестрикциите ни попречиха тогава това да се случи. Слава Богу, сега това го правим.
I met Maguy. I met very quickly after I arrived in Paris. I come to France to do an audition to the École d'Angers. Angers, you know, is a school to pre-professionals,
Yes.
young dancers, but for professionals after. And there was a dancer, a woman dancer from Maguy, and she saw me in the audience and the audition, and she told me, perhaps Maguy needs somebody. And I have almost 30 years, so I wasn't a young dancer. They told me, perhaps it's better you work in a company, not come in the school. It's not necessary for you. And the next day, I knew Maguy. At the second day, I was in France.
Great.
And I told Maguy, if you need somebody, I am here. Maguy told me, I don't know, perhaps, but 3 months later, she proposed me to work with her.
So you were very good.
Yes, yes.
She was just giving birth to her baby when she staged, maybe, right? You said yesterday, after the performance, that she used the mimics and the plastics of the baby because she just had a child, right?
Yes. Yes, because somebody did the question how Maguy created this gesture.
Right.
I wasn't there.
Okay.
I don't know, but I know Maguy was inspired from the people that she saw in the street, and also for some gestures in babies.
Why do you think that this performance is so successful? 40 years later, you still play it.
It's a mystery. It's a mystery. I think because it's a piece very peace. You say, yeah? It's a piece very
universal. Brute. Sad also.
Sad, but there is humor also. But it talks about something very, very profound, interior in each one of us. I think something there is in very human, very something that a kind of fragility.
It means fragile, right?
Yes,
fragile, delicate,
yeah.
Broken.
Yeah, and décalé, out of the normal.
But it was a huge experiment back then in the 80s It was experimental. I'm asking because the whole world is suffering after this COVID crisis. A lot of orchestras, theaters, dance troupes were closed, ended, finished, done.
Yes, yes.
How did you survive the COVID crisis? The troupe?
Maguy, very quickly, he began to create a new piece in the COVID, but she worked. And me, I have the chance. I did many workshops like here.
Like this one?
In the lycée or school, that's school, high school.
Okay.
And I didn't stop almost. All the performance that we didn't do, for example, they are paid, for example. The company has...
And now I was seeing yesterday, because there is a war going on in Ukraine, the second part, I saw it as a resemblance of the Ukrainian refugees who are traveling, they don't know where, with their only one suitcase, who thought that we will be living through a third world war, actually, in 21st century.
Yeah.
So you see how a piece made in 1984 now looks to me like it's done, it's made today.
Yes, yes. Because that's one reason. Because why the piece is an eternal history.
Yes.
that touch the piece. I think the how we live together. How we do, what do we do to live together, to accept the other,
You created a troupe, you created a group, a team in like a flash. You taught us in those 4 hours how to breathe together, how to see each other, how to feel each other, which is something that we're losing every day with these phones and computers and information, and people are scared, they feel lonely, and you did it here in front of us, with us, and this is the method of Maguy, I guess.
Yes, this is
explain a little bit more.
All the pieces of Maguy that Maguy created, there is this element. Always we support one the other. There is no star in the middle. The others accompany, beside. All that is produced on stage is between us. For example, and between you and me, there is something here because I put my part, you put you, and something is created in between, in the middle, between us. And this element, this sensation, I felt in all the pieces of Maguy. You understand?
Yes,
perfectly. And there is something that that I do cannot exist if you are not here beside me.
I noticed this yesterday too. There is a collective body on stage. There is not one star, one single actor, one lead. No. A solo dancer, no. Everybody is moving together, portraying one collective thing, body, image, personality, if you want. How does she, or how do you in your work, fight with the vanity, with the ego of the actors?
Sometimes we found that in the company, that's impossible that exists. When we felt something like that, it don't work immediately. For example, Maguy is very clear on that. Some people, sometimes very interesting people, there is something that cannot work because of that. Very special, big people, they are humble,
how do you live as a company? Because we don't have this tradition here. For example, Beckett is very famous in Bulgaria. There was one performance of legendary, of Waiting for Godot, with very good actors. A great director, Bulgarian, staged it, and it was on for like 10 years. We were raised, we were watching it, knew every word by word. But dance theater, contemporary theater, we have only one troupe actually, Arabesque. We don't have this tradition of people living together, creating a whole new universe. And I'm very interested about this. How do you live as a troupe?
When we are in creation with Maguy, this is the very interesting moment of living together, but we are not all good friends.
Okay.
It's only in the work, but the time of work is always very intense.
Друг гвоздей във вашата програма, който беше изключително приятно и така радушно и на крака посрещнат от публиката в театър Българска армия, беше Мъртвите залюбеността си на Лоренци, който в момента поставя в Народния театър.
Возлюбца се оженило.
Искам да кажа за самия Лоренци. Това е другата линия в нашата програмна политика, да представяме съвременни лица. И специално случая с Лоренци е такъв, че успяхме да поканим още преди 15 години негово представление, когато той беше напълно неизвестен. Това беше един много хубав спектакъл върху буря на Островски. След това последва един много авангарден негов спектакъл "Бесния локомотив" по Виткевич, който показахме и в София, и във Варна. След това дойде Илиада. Илиада развълнува и варненската, и софийската публика, защото това е един изключителен прочит на Омеровия текст, който остави много трайни впечатления в българската публика и тя обикна Лоренци. Това пролича, както казвате, в поканата той да работи в Народния театър. И това е пак проект преди COVID. Ние го бяхме поканили за 2020 година с "Мъртвият идва за любимите си". Един прекрасен текст, който, между другото, е и преведен вече на български език и успоредно съвсем случайно със спектакъла. Един месец преди това излезе превода на български. Людмил Димитров е преводача на
прекрасен
текста.
Поетичен текст. Hi. So what is in Ljubljana on the street Igriška?
On the street Igriška there is a bar. A special bar.
Special.
It is called The Space. I work there, I read there, I meet my friends there, I meet artists there. It's like, it's my small space when I create and enjoy. It's a place of my heart. Yeah.
Okay. You are in Bulgaria to stage at the National Theatre, Orfei. Is this part of your work, the type of work you did with Iliad?
At the beginning of Orfei, probably there will be a small part of Iliad, I mean text, but not. It's going to be something special, unique, hopefully. But at that very moment, I don't know what it's going to be like, because we have just started and I depend on process a lot. So it is not that I come with perfect image of what this performance will be like. No, everything is opened. I have some images, but everything is open. So I don't know what's going to happen at the end. I don't know what Orfei will be.
How long does it last, your process? Because, for example, we have this Bulgarian director who is very good. Maybe you've seen some of his performances, Sasha Morfov, and he could work even 5, 6 months, 7 months. He goes often on stages in Russia because they give him this luxury. How long are you going to be here?
Altogether 2 months and something, but I think it's enough. We have prepared lots of materials and we started directly you know, in practice without too much discussing and talking. So yeah, on the second rehearsal already,
Deep down.
Well, we started to be concrete, to create something concrete.
What is your impression of Bulgarian actors? I'm not going to tell them, but how are they? You know, every school, every country has different type of methods, and how do you find them so far? Do they understand you? Is the language a barrier?
No, we have a beautiful translator, Lyudmil Dimitrov, professor from university. Yes, he's a great guy. I know him for a long time. He was teaching in Ljubljana also, and he's translating so many plays, novels, poems from Slovenian to Bulgarian and so on. So language is not a problem, also because both languages are Slavic languages, and we can
Разбираме се.
Разбираме се, малко, at least малко. So it's not a problem, but you know, it's not only about language, of course, because communication in theater is happening on so many levels, of course. Yeah, so language is just one of those levels. So I'm even more interested in other levels.
Saying the cliché that the theatrical language is something universal, right?
Yes, but
it is.
But at the same time, as you mentioned, okay, every country maybe, but also every theater or also every actor and director has its own way how to do things. And until now, after only 3 rehearsals, my feeling is really great about Bulgarian actors. Really great. They're open-minded, you know. They're devoted. Which is the most important. They're really interested in what are we doing and how are we doing.
You work with the imagination, the level of opening doors in the actor's imagination and improvisation.
For me, the most important is that theater is a meeting place not between actors and director. No, it's a meeting place between people. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If you have a troupe, like we've seen, did you see Maybe by Maguy Marin? Yes, they're a troupe. They work together, they live together for years.
Yeah, but for me, it's not how much time you spend together. It doesn't matter if you spend 10 years or all your life or just 2 months. You know, love can happen like this. You can open to others.
Okay.
Also like this, so it's not a question of time so much. It's more about be willing to open yourself, not to be afraid or not to play that now I'm a great director, now I'm... No, it's me, you know.
We have here a very particular political situation. Right now the government is mostly almost falling down because it's anti-Russian government. For the first time we had hope during the last 6 months, now we are losing it. So I'm just explaining you the context in which my question is. Orfei is a poet and also a philosopher and a guru and a leader and an opinion maker in a way, right? And we miss these people more and more these days. Poets were leading all the revolutions so far. They were the upfront line. And now poets are tired. They are very sad. They're lost almost. So the question is, why did we get to this stage? The human civilization.
I'm sorry, but I have no answer. I'm just in shock. I don't know.
Speaking of Ukraine,
what is going on.
of the war that's going on there.
Yes, I don't know. But I don't know.
Nationalists.
Yes.
In Bulgaria, there are pro-Russian parties. It's very dangerous, all this.
It's growing all around. Now, we had a huge crisis for the last 2 years because of the government in Slovenia also. Now, a month ago we had elections and now we can breathe again.
Again, right?
Yes. So
you physically feel freedom. It's like, we never thought we'll get back into this.
And now we feel it that way in Slovenia. Okay, we'll see in time if that's true or not. We'll see.
You don't think of making political theater?
No. But I want somehow to give possibility of deep experience somehow, you know, to go deep into spectator.
But today's person, human being, feels desperate, lost, lonely. 2 years COVID.
Yeah,
People
but
have an alibi not to even go to the theater, not to be together anymore, not to communicate anymore. They're getting lost in this.
yes, okay,
world.
but theater still is a meeting place, and as I see, people in Bulgaria love theater a lot. They need it.
That's true.
And for me, this is a beautiful thing. So now it's on us for making theater, what to do, what kind of experience to give to the audience, you know? I don't like theater who is just for amusement, entertainment.
Fun.
Yes, which is just on the surface, you know. It's supposed to go somewhere deep, wherever, but at least try to go somewhere deep. Then true things can happen.
To cross borders.
Also, of course. And to give, okay, we live in lonely times, but at least in theater you can feel that you are not the only lonely person in the world.
Do you bring a suitcase with books with you when you travel?
Yes, also, yeah.
What have you brought here?
Still around, I have Nietzsche again.
Nietzsche, I was thinking.
Birth of Tragedy.
I don't know why.
Yes.
Nietzsche, Jung, maybe?
No, Jung, no, in my
early years.
Early
okay.
years.
Okay, now Nietzsche,
Jung, who was
harder.
The one. I have some books which are dealing with Orfei or some topics from different kind of perspectives. But not only that. Now it's maybe more that, you know, I'm not so much here, that I at least try to kako se kaže, I try to trust my feelings, my intuition, you know. I really try to be not in my head, not in my concepts, not in the images I see in advance, but to be really here with actors. I ask them to maybe prepare something like a homework or something, and then I really try to listen and to feel and, you know, to see what is there in actors. You know, I don't believe in theater in which we are not involved completely.
Absolutely.
You cannot be. I don't believe anymore in roles like now Hamlet. Now I know everything about Hamlet. No, it's wrong. I don't know almost nothing about myself. So how can I tell that I know everything about Hamlet? It's not true. But I'm interested in Hamlet, or even more, I'm interested in actors.
Which is the best performance of Hamlet that you've seen in your life?
Ostermeyer, probably. Yes.
And now when we can see some of your work, some of the big directors' work online, it's a great gift. But before, we were just listening about this and that. It was very, especially before 1989, when we couldn't go and see. So what will be your homework for today? Today's homework, what did you tell your actors in the morning?
Yesterday I asked them if they could describe or do something on the stage about, so 2 titles, farewell, saying goodbye, strong goodbye, or meeting after a long time or something. You know? So those 2 moments, they can choose from those 2 moments, but I asked them to pick them up from movie, from literature, from painting or photography, you know, some scene maybe, so something, and then they can express it in any way that they want.
What is Vredika in your mind, or you don't know yet? Is she a victim or is she a hero?
I think first that they're not just victims or heroes. This is really rare, you know, someone to be only victim or only hero. But of course I'm interested in Vredika because we don't know much about her. In Ovid, Metamorphose, or Georgica, or Virgil, she is mentioned, but so of course she's more object than she has no her own story or will or character. So this will be part of our research. who Evridika could be. Yeah? I don't know yet, but yes, I'm thinking about her really a lot. And we're going to do something. I'm really curious and interested who she is.
Okay, so what are we going to see tonight?
Small and simple Slovenian performance about about the world we are living in, how this world breaks our hearts, how this world rips hearts from our bodies and our souls. About that.
Сега сиромаха държи!
Ой, мати моя, закaj сте ви морали умрeti?
Панката бom spravila stran, pa če me vzameš ali ne. Samo da veš, ni je moja cena. Nevedstvo srce.
Гледайки представлението, през цялото време си задавах въпроса, защо по дяволите Световният театър се занимава с такива дълбоки, такива поетични, такива важни теми, по толкова задълбочен, толкова красив, толкова поетичен начин. Защо нашия театър, какво се случи с нашия театър през последните години?
Нашия театър, ако така говорим общо, разбира се, преживява всички трудности през последните години на смяна на поколенията и бих казал и на една система на финансиране, която го потикна по-скоро да търси бързия успех. Не мисля, че той е виновен за това нещо, просто правилата на играта са такива. И аз си мисля, че да, много е важен публичният успех, много са важни приходите от билети, но в крайна сметка субсидиите от държавата или от общините се дават за това да има сериозно изкуство. Да има изкуство, което само по себе си не може да разчита само единствено на пазарен успех. Ако тези правила се променят, мисля, че и българският театър ще се върне към онази своя ситуация, която ние с вас познаваме много добре и където имаше наред с едни така по-обикновени представления и много интересни експерименти, много интересни търсения. Така че дълбоко съм убеден в това. В Словения няма такова изискване.
Личи.
Да, абсолютно експериментирайки какво значи да поставиш Илиада. Ами ти значи да убедиш директори на някакви театри да се съгласят да рискуват, защото това е изключително рисков проект. И в крайна сметка е изключително амбициозен проект, който изисква много дълги репетиции, влагане на страшно много ресурси.
И въпреки това резултатът е достатъчно добър, за да бъде и комерциален.
Така и това е новата ситуация, в която живеем. Ние не бива да мислим само в националния контекст. Ние днеска сме отворени преди един международен пазар и ако един спектакъл е достатъчно амбициозен, силен, въздействащ и вълнуващ, той ще намери своите публики.
Каквото беше случай с Тартюф, отново пълна зала, хем на прожекция в Френския културен институт, един изключителен съвременен режисьор. Аз съвсем случайно го бях открила през 2000-та година в Ню Йорк, гледайки Трамвай желание. Той, още тогава си казах, боже, какъв режисьор. Той междувременно стана главен режисьор на Националния театър после в Лондон. Изобщо разви невероятна кариера. Иво Ван Хове. Вие показахте на този Световен театър 2 негови представления. Да ни разкажете пък за неговия театър.
Иво Ван Хове е наистина един от големите режисьори на съвременния европейски, бих казал, Световен театър. Поначало, защо се обърнахме към точно този проект? Обърнахме се, защото тази година се навършват 400 години от раждането на Молиер и Комеди Франсез всъщност реши да отбележи тази кръгла годишнина с поканата към Иво Ван Хове да режисира Тартюф, една от емблемите на творчеството на Молиер. И вижте, това е невероятен за мен проби в френската традиция, тъй като те се обръщат към име от Световния театър да постави Молиер. И веднага те организираха заснемането, то високо качественото заснемане на това представление и излъчването му във Франция и после по света. И ние просто се свързахме с Комедия Франсез и пак в сътрудничество с Френския институт успяхме да откупим правата, да преведем на български и да покажем този спектакъл за българската публика. Сега, нека да кажа, че в съседна Гърция те канят Комедия Франсез на живо. Просто нямаме ресурси за това. Това струва няколко, бих казал, даже стотици хиляди евро, които ние просто няма как да си позволим. Но пък в замяна на това подаваме на хората да видят нещо изключително качествено.
Ето как един класически текст с нужното финансиране, с нужната трупа, нужния режисьор, нужното ниво, може да бъде поставен по толкова кардинално съвременен начин и това да е и актуално, и съвременно, и провокиращо, еротично, скандално, ако щете, но просто те имат свободата да работят тази работа на нивото и, както вие правилно отбелязахте, ние също имахме такъв период. И
сега съм убеден, че има отделни представления, които са много силни в българския театър и не бих искал да ги сравнявам, но тук е много важно да кажем за тази тенденция, към която ние много отдавна се присъединихме, тъй като съвместно с Британски съвет участвахме в показването на спектакли на Национален театър Лондон на живо и ние продължаваме да показваме отделни заглавия. След това имахме добро сътрудничество с Метрополитен опера на живо. Показахме 5 сезона с по 10 продукции. Също така с една платформа Stage Russia, която показва най-интересното от руския театър, съвместно с пак американска организация, която заснима високо качество. Това искам да го подчертая, че не става въпрос за снимане за архив, а става въпрос за такова заснимане, което позволява на зрителя да види спектакъл от различни гледни точки. С две думи, това е историята и на Варненско лято, и на Световен театър в София.
I desire you. I write to you. I write for you. I tear up everything I ever wrote for you. What about you? All I can say is I want. I want. I want you, Roxanne.
Пазете се. Хубавото предстои.